Hey guys, it's Sal here, and today we're going to be talking about the Ogre Titan, how to master it, what to do, and what not to do. So first of all, what exactly is the Ogre Titan? How is this different from the other Titans? Well, basically, the Ogre Titan is your tank Titan. You have a lot of health, and you are very slow and very immobile, but you can deal out a lot of firepower, and you can take a huge beating in return like a tank generally is. So how do you actually unlock the Ogre Titan? Well, you must complete both sides of the campaign. That is both the IMC and the militia. That will take you about 18 games of multiplayer matchmaking, so it won't be that hard. The campaign is definitely worth doing because you get some sweet Titans to be unlocked. Now, how slow is this Titan exactly? Well, we have just a generally slower walking speed and run speed, though it's not actually all that much slower. Where it really comes down to be noticed is our acceleration. It takes a very long time to get up to full speed with this Titan when compared to the Stryder and the Atlas. So it's very difficult to get out of a pinch and get moving very quickly. We also have a very slow dodge, and when I say dodge, I mean when you dash from one direction to the other. And why I say that is because we only have one dash, whereas the Atlas has two and the Stryder has three. And our dash also recharges a little bit slower, and it's just not really something to be relied on. You can use it every once in a while, but it really isn't something that you can use to get away just because it recharges so slowly. Now, we do have a huge health pool with the Ogre. We have 10,500 HP, which is almost double that of the Stryder, so you can take a massive beating on this Titan once your shields are gone. We also do more melee damage compared to the other Titans, that we come in at 1,875, which is almost double that of both the Stryder and the Atlas. So if you can get in close to melee, you will be doing huge amounts of damage. Now also, our core ability with this Titan is a little bit different than the other two Titans. Our core ability with this Titan is a little more defensive based, and that is the shield core. And what this is you can overcharge your shields. So if your shields are down, you're getting hammered on, you can activate this and your shields will go up to full and you'll be able to take even more of a beating. So this ability, as I said, is a little more on the defensive side as opposed to offensive with the Atlas and the Stryder, because with the Atlas you could just deal extra damage, and with the Stryder you have that dash core which allows you to really get in, get out, and just strafe around enemies and just make them look like complete idiots. Whereas with the shield core, you just kind of sit there and soak up damage, so it's definitely more of a defensive role. So overall, the Ogre really is, it's poor offensively. It's too slow, you can't really get away, it's very easy to get surrounded, and once you are surrounded, there really isn't much you can do because you really can't get away. So you really need to be careful, and if you are playing a more offensive role, it is very easy to get surrounded, and once you are surrounded, you're pretty much screwed. So really, I tended to like to stay back with this Titan. I found it really great for hardpoint domination and capture the flag when you are playing those more defensive roles, because every time, well no, that's not really true, not every time, but a lot of the time when I tried to move out and play a more offensive role, I found myself just getting destroyed, because a lot of the times I would get surrounded because I'm just so immobile, and then I wouldn't be able to get away and I would just find myself getting utterly destroyed. So you really want to stick to close quarters and have the enemy Titans come to you, because once you're out in the open, you can't really dodge around a lot, and a lot of the time I felt just like a sitting duck there. Sure, I have a lot of health, I can soak up a lot of damage, but I'm not really moving, I'm not really doing anything, so I'm very easy to be hit. So yes, this Titan definitely thrives in more of a defensive role like hardpoint domination or capture the flag. Now, as far as my tactical abilities with this Titan, I'm not exactly sure what they're called, tier kits perhaps. I like Big Punch just because we can already deal just such massive melee damage. To have that upped even more is really fun, and also I really liked having the nuke as my other ability, because a lot of the time you die in very close quarters situation, because with the Ogre Titan you definitely do thrive more in that close quarters environment. So when you have that big punch and you're getting in there nice and close, once you die, it's really nice to be able to just have that explosion right afterwards, and a lot of the time you can really surprise some people, especially other ogres, because they're very bad at getting away from that thing, because as I said, they are very slow. So overall, the overall play style of the Ogre Titan is much slower, and I definitely recommend that you play that more defensive role, because every time I was trying to be offensive, I just found that I wasn't being nearly as effective as I could be if I was in a Stryder or an Atlas Titan. So overall, the playstyle of this Titan, it is definitely different, and I decided that I didn't really prefer it. I really prefer to have that mobility and just strafe around and just be all over the map like the Stryder or the Atlas can provide. I'm not really more of a defensive player, though in a hardcore team situation, the Ogre is superb at holding down hardpoints. I went on some crazy kill streaks holding down hardpoints just because the Ogre can soak up so much damage, and with the quad rocket, for example, or the triple threat, you are so deadly in close quarters. So I definitely stuck to the more close quarters weapons because I found if I was using the 40mm or some other long range weapon, I decided that a lot of the time I would much rather use one of the other Titans because those weapons, they are more suited to longer range, and I wanted to stick to very close range with every part of my loadout. So overall, stick to that close range. Don't go too far out in the open because offensively, you're not going to be as effective due to that lack of mobility. So guys, if you have found this video helpful, please do hit that like button. I always do appreciate that. And if you want to see more Battlefield content or Titanfall for that matter, because this was a Titanfall video, be sure to subscribe to my channel. So guys, with that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.